everyone, it's Ms. Macco, and today we're here working on the Engage New York Lesson 8. The directions for this problem say to plot the points for each shape, determine the area of the polygon, and then write an expression that can be used to determine the area of the figure. Explain how each part of the expression corresponds to the situation. So the first thing that we want to do is just plot our points. So A is 1, 3. So we start at our origin, we go over 1, up 1, 2, 3. Point B is 2, 8. So we go over 1, 2, up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The next point is C, 8, 8. So we want to start at our origin, count over 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The next point is D, 10, 3. So over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up 1, 2, 3. And our last point for this shape is E, 5, 2. So we go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's -2, so instead of going up, we want to go down, 1, 2. Now we need to connect these points to form a shape. You want to use a straight edge. Unfortunately, I don't have anything with me right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it freehand. It's very important to connect them in the order that they gave them to you, or else you will end up with a shape other than what they intended. Okay, so here I have a pentagon. We do not know the formula to find the area of a pentagon, so we need to find it in another way. The easiest way would be to go ahead and divide it up into 3 triangles. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I can connect points A and D, which makes my first triangle here. Okay, and then up on top, I have a trapezoid. So I need to go ahead and divide that into 2 separate triangles. So I am going to connect point C and point A to make my second and third triangles. Now that I've divided my shape up into shapes that I know how to find the area of, okay, I'm going to use my formula. A equals B times H divided by 2, or area equals base times height divided by 2. So for triangle number 1, okay, my area is going to equal my base, so I start and I count from A to D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My base is 9. My height needs to be perpendicular or at a 90-degree angle to my base. So, it should look sort of like that. So I want to find the highest point of my triangle and draw a line going straight down. So if I go ahead and count the distance of the line I just made, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 9 times 5 divided by 2. I know that 9 times 5 equals 45. Divided by 2 is going to give me 22.5, or 22 and a half. So my area is 22 and a half units squared. So I'm done with triangle number 1. I'm I'm going to go ahead and write my area inside. And I'm going to move on to triangle number 2. Same formula to solve this. Area equals base times height divided by 2. So the base for triangle number 2 is the same as base for triangle number 1, which was 9 units. 9 times, I need to go ahead and draw in my height. So once again, I find the highest point of the triangle, and if I draw a line down, it will meet at a 90-degree angle to my base. So I go ahead and I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have the same exact numbers as I do for triangle number 1. So I know that when I do this, I'm going to get 45 divided by 2, which is going to equal 22 and a half once again, units squared. So I'm just going to go ahead and write my area for triangle number 2 inside of it. And then I come up and I take a look at triangle number 3. Now the only one of these lines that is lying on one of the grid lines of my coordinate grid here is the top. So we're going to make that our base from B to C. So over here, the area of triangle number 3 is going to equal base times height divided by 2. So I go ahead and I count the length of this line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my area equals 6 times, I need to go ahead and find my height. So I want to find the highest point of my triangle, which is here at point A. But if I draw a line directly across, it does not meet at a 90-degree angle to my base, which is okay. The height just won't be located inside of my triangle. For this one, it will be located on the outside. So I go ahead and I count the length of that line segment. Start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My height is 5. And I just bring down my divided by 2. 6 times 5 equals 30 divided by 2. My area equals 30 divided by 2 is 15 units squared. So I'm just going to go ahead and write that inside of triangle number 3. Okay, so now I just need to figure out the expression that corresponds to this situation that we have here. So to do that, I want to find where I filled in the information, my substitutions for my formula. For this one, 6 times 5 divided by 2. For triangles 1 and 2, it was the same. 9 times 5 divided by 2. So I'm going to go ahead and say that my total area for the shape is going to equal 6 times 5 divided by 2 plus the area of my second triangle, which was 9 times 5 divided by 2, plus the area of my third triangle, which was also 9 times 5 divided by 2. Okay? And if I go ahead and solve this long expression, should not be A equals because an expression does not have an equal sign. So if I went ahead and did all this math here, it would equal 15 plus 22.5 plus 22.5. Okay, 0.5 plus 0.5. Here am I 1. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So my total area for this pentagon is going to equal 60 units squared. And this would be my final